Politics is number. You must know this. It is clear. And it is not something that is hidden. When the masses are with you, it's visible. It is feelable, it's handleable, it's touchable. That's the first thing. Number two, if you have been following the recent court sessions, all evidences, practical proofs have been brought to court. If they don't give Obi the election, it's just because Africa is corrupted. Because there are enough proofs on ground to show that the elections were rigged. Number three, the president or the chairman of the electoral committee in Nigeria, Professor Yakubu Mahmoud, first of all said there was a glitch. They brought a technician, an engineer, who said that nothing went wrong with all the servers that were conducting when the elections were conducted. So you and I know very well that when elections were being conducted in Nigeria, Tinubu was the last person they ever thought could win election. From every flank. One, Tinubu is not physically fit. Number two, Tinubu has a very wrong testimony as a president. You need to have that background integrity. Number three, you are pushing
the apostle. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's important you answer those questions.
Yes. Number three, Tinubu is coming from a political party that his predecessor had damaged the economy. As a matter of fact, APC has, they say the name of a party can influence its candidate. Right. APC was the last political party that any Nigerian could ever dream of bringing back in the party, because Buhari had condemned the economy to a floor level. So you taking up the title of APC in Nigeria is like taking a bad name when you are not bad. Because Buhari had already sabotaged the name of APC by his poor governance and poor economic management. Nigeria has been brought to its knees. As a matter of fact, $1 right now in Nigeria is 920 naira. While $1 here is 650. Is that a shame? It's a shame that Cameroon's currency has beaten Nigerian currency. When Nigeria is called a giant of Africa. The standard of living in Cameroon is higher than that of Nigeria right now. So you don't tell me that then Tinubu has with all his drug peddling activities that background was exposed. What do you want to say? The evidences are too visible. Politics is numbers.
Senior Apostle.
So to the different social media outlets created on this.
Monitor the election. I want to say that
Jarvis, the floor was supposed to be from the room.
Briefly,
yes, just stop.
That viewer is suffering from myopia and also hypermetropia, long and short-sightedness. And because why I will say this, it's clear. The Nigeria election, when the results were declared, it is stated in Nigeria Constitution that before we are declared president of Nigeria, having won the valid vote, you must have to tell, including and to 25% of the federal capital territory. Abuja is not a state. The president of Abuja, which is the federal capital territory, is the governor of Abuja, act as a governor. And so the constitution say you must at least have just 25% of vote in that area. He did not have. Also, let us look at the numbers. When Peter Obi's campaign started, they said it is 2 people tweeting in the room. When the election started coming in, they said no, he will just win just the southeast. When he came in, they said he cannot win a state in the north. When he started winning, they said no, Peter Obi frauded. Let me give you another instance. That viewer needs to really take the time and keep away emotion, because I'm sure it is somebody who is from Ativo Ashwaju's camp or Balablu Bolaba. This is what happened. The second aspect to know that you win an election, as Senior Apostle said, your supporters are malleable, touchable. They can be seen, feel, touch. When the election result came out, how many people went to the streets to celebrate that Ashwajo Tinubu won? How many?
Everywhere was. I went to Abuja. The streets were dry, like they were morning.
The second aspect you need of analysis to know, when they declared the election, how many people from APC were actually streaming the result? That this come to the court session in itself. INEC did not present any contrary evidence to show that what Obi team has as certified copy is different. This is it. INEC certify a document for election result and gives Lasha. Lasha goes to court. INEC says, no, I object to what I certify and gave you as an evidence. It's a shame. Conclusively on this Nigeria issue, we cannot be robbing Peter to pay Paul. Ashwajo Tinubu submitted a certificate which is under questioning, the Chicago State University certificate. In what he submitted to INEC, it stated that Ashwajo Tinubu is a male. What Chicago University has, based on what we are told, that the Ashwajo Tinubu that went to Chicago is a female. What will
How can a man become?
the sex is a female? I'm coming. No, these are on in public space. This is not something I'm making up.
Somebody is trying to.
This is what is in court.
Somebody was trying to.
Second, the Tinubu that submitted the certificate in Nigeria. The certificate states that Tinubu is a Nigerian, but the one in Chicago, the Tinubu is a United States citizen. That's the second issue, which is under contest today. We are not refusing the fact that you don't have to support Tinubu. Campaign, how did Tinubu campaign? He went to a debate and they said, what will you do when you're elected president? This is his speech. Day 1, hit the ground running. Day 2, continue the ground running. Day 3, hit the ground running. That was all. You cannot be in this 21st century.
It's just a pity, eh? It's a pity that Nigeria has become a laughing stock in the whole of Africa. Look at Cameroonians laughing at Nigerians, and I don't blame them. According to the analysis, their money is now bigger than our own. Nigerians can actually go to Cameroon to look for work. Hey, God. Just like we are now going to Ghana. You know, Nigerians are now going to Ghana to work, to make ends meet, to go to South Africa. I remember when Zimbabwe was having their issues with the West and they placed a lot of sanctions on them. And then after that, one of the first is hyperinflation setting in Zimbabwe. To buy a loaf of bread in Zimbabwe, you needed to get what is it called? A barrow load of Zimbabwean money just to get a loaf of bread. But now things have changed. It's not the other way around. Our naira's value is depreciating. Today, I saw one of the exchange rates. A naira to pound sterling is 1,130 something pounds to 1,130 something naira to 1 pound. By December, I will not be surprised. A pound to naira may be 1,000, maybe 2,000 naira. 2,000 naira to 1 pound. And it's not a joke. By the time you understand what is going on, Nigeria will turn to Zimbabwe. You see this war that the West are pushing Tinubu to go into against Niger. That is the war that they want to use to destroy the whole of Africa. Because their plan would be, during the war, they will come in as so-called peacemakers. You know, they always come in as peacemakers through the UN. International Monetary Fund people. What is it called? WHO, all of those people, they are all in the same pocket. They're all in the same pocket created by the West. Okay? They will all come in and act as if they are peacemakers. By the time you understand what is going on, they are stealing all your resources and taking it back to their country. The same thing they did to Iraq and claimed that there is a weapon of mass destruction. They went in there to collect the gold. The same thing they did to Libya and they killed Gaddafi. They went in there to steal the gold of Libya and other things. Now, how many years later, they have ruined Libya. Libya is not I don't even know the word to use. You already know what goes on there in terms of sex trafficking and child slavery and all kinds of things that are going on between the border of Libya and Italy and people trying to go into Europe from Africa. You know, they want to turn Nigeria into another Libyan case, into another Iraq. But this foolish and wicked man called Tinubu, he doesn't know that they want to use him. Because Tinubu is desperate for power, he wants to use America. America is on our side. UK is on our side. He wants to use them to retain power. Now that the tribunal has given us the 16th of September as our verdict date, it's not just a Labour Party's verdict date. It's also, remember, Atiku also has a case against Tinubu, INEC, and yes, against Tinubu and INEC. You know, Atiku also has a case. They refused to, Chicago University, they refused to grant him his request. Why? Because they are all in the same pocket. I keep saying the same thing. It is the same people that you are going to. Whether we are approaching America's president to ask them to look into what is going on, or we are appealing to UK government, or we are going to one university in the West, they are the same. They will come back with a fabricated response. Oh, we can't show you the result because what Tinubu is claiming is that bloggers want to use it, want to use that information to make a jest of him. So because of that, he doesn't want his image to be tarnished. How can you talk about image? Do you have any other image again? Have you not tarnished your image enough through your drug dealing? Through so many things that you did even before you became the president of Nigeria, through the window. Because as long as I'm concerned, he's an illegitimate president of Nigeria. He is not a correct and legitimate president of Nigeria. But guess what? The West want to legitimize him because he serves their purpose. Look at what France is doing to Niger now. Look at what France is doing. The French ambassador, the news today is that the French ambassador the ambassador of France to Niger, he refused to go back to his country, even though he was given ultimatum to leave the country as at today. He refused to leave, claiming that the government in Niger right now is not a legitimate government. Oh, it's not a legitimate government because it's not the ones that you imposed on the people. The one that you imposed on the people has been taken out, right? Because the government in power right now does not serve their purpose, we have young military men that will not take their nonsense, that will not bow down to imperialists, will not bow down to colonial powers anymore, just like our foolish African leaders did in the past. Because they always want somebody that they are going to control, leaders that they will use and control the resources of Africa, leaders that don't care about the people like Tinubu and Buhari. Those are the kind of people they want to use, and those are the kind of people they want to make sure that they remain in power. Because these guys refuse to be that kind of people, they don't want to recognize them. And as far as I'm concerned, we don't need the recognition. What are you recognizing us for? Then all the money and the loans that Niger and these other African countries that want to come out of this colonial grip of France, all the loans that they applied for, they are already clamping down on it, making sure that they don't get the money that they requested. And I think this should also be a wake-up for African leaders. You people should stop begging. Stop begging the West for things. Because when you are begging, that is when somebody can be able to insult you. Russia is not going to America to beg for anything. Instead, America needs Russian uranium. Okay? America needs it. China is not begging US for anything. Go to America. Almost everything they have there now is made in China. Even in this country, even in Nigeria, China is taking over the world. They don't beg them. And we need to be like that because guess what? All the resources that the West use and need to build and develop their country, most of those resources is from Africa. So if there is anybody to beg anybody for anything, they should be the ones begging us and not we begging them. We should not be going to IMF to be begging for money. We should not be going to UN to be begging for arms. It's wrong. You know, let us be able to stand on our own and become independent. And I'm hoping that the tribunal will not mess up. Make una no do anyhow. Because if una do anyhow, una go collect. So Nigerians are not sleeping. Our principal said, make we calm down. All the youths, we just they calm down since. Believe me, on that day, if una do anyhow, the kind thing we una go get for that country, una go shake. America is behind what is going on in Nigeria. That's why immediately after the election, the next day, UK government, oh, congratulations to Bola Tinubu because you've already signed a pact with him. The same thing with America's Secretary of State and the rest of them. Started dialing and calling and writing all kinds of things on Twitter. Who are you guys fooling? I'm just happy that people are beginning to wake up because before, whenever something happens in Nigeria, I see Nigerians carrying placards to British number 10 Downing Street here, saying they are protesting against what Nigeria government is doing to the people. They are protesting against Fulani herdsmen killing people. They are protesting about this or protesting about that. They do that in London. They do that in Washington. They do that in different parts of the world. But whenever I see that, I have a laugh because I say to myself, look at this people. You are just protesting against people that are behind your problem. It is those governments and those offices that you are going to, they are the ones that are behind your government. They are the ones that are asking them to even do those things to you. They ask them to do those things to you. And you are here complaining. Now it has been found out that Buhari is behind the creation of Ebubago in Southeast. And he imposed Hope Uzodinma to use Ebubago to kill people in Southeast, which is what I have been saying, and which is what is so obvious. Ebubago was used to kill a lot of people in Ebonyi State, Anambra State, assassinate people in Anambra State, including the husband of Professor Akunyele. The way they killed that man, they assassinated that man, I just knew in my heart that this is a government killing. This is not just an ordinary killing. Something is behind, something is going on here. Asari Dokubo has come the other day to come and claim that he's working for the government. So it means that Asari Dokubo is also part of the unknown government. So you see, these people have people that are killing people for them in Nigeria in different forms, whether it's a Bubago or unknown government or Asari Dokubo's military company and so many other names that you don't even know about. Look at Cameroon is now better than us. And I'm glad that they are following the Nigerian elections. And I believe everybody should be following, because guess what? Even if you're in abroad, this whole thing concerns you. Because they are the ones that are keeping you from coming back home and staying home permanently. This is not our place. We are just here for the temporary being. If Nigeria was good, who is going to travel abroad to be working a 12-hour shift every day for those that are working 12-hour shifts? It's not even human to be doing that. To be working in the night when you're supposed to be sleeping. This is just another form of slavery. Economic slavery, as long as I'm concerned. Because you migrate for economic reasons, without knowing that they've taken out the physical chains to put on an economic chain on your neck. And that's what they do to all Africans that come and work in their country. And they'll keep those big, very good jobs for their people. And then for our own people, they'll give us anything. So, I am just happy that Africans are waking up slowly, gently by gentle. All I just want is for the whole of Africa. We've already formed an organization called the BRICS with Russia and China. I just want all of Africa to come together, align together and become one. Let me now see who they are going to come and steal their gold and silver from. They will be the one that will be coming to beg, to even get visa to come to our country to work. And then all of us can go back home. Anyway, please kindly share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow my page, and I'll see you on the next one. All eyes on the judiciary. Shine your eye.